Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter, Steven, David, and Shane. Say what up, boys.
What up?
What up, boys?
What up, boys?
What?
Oh, no
what
sub
up?
nerds,
What
huh?
up, boys?
I already did
Yeah,
my
sup,
sub nerds and you fucked it up. Sub nerds.
We're back. This time, spoiler season has kicked off in full force with the streets of New Capenna. And they have shown us the 5 crime families. Each family, I guess, they're factions, really. I wouldn't call them families, but they are families. I don't know. They showed the
Family, bro.
families, and every single one has a different new mechanic. So let's just jump into the first family, and that is the Cabaretti family. The Cabaretti family, its boss is Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. Jetmir, Nexus of Revels is 1, a red, a green, and a white for a 5/4 legendary creature cat demon. It states creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance as long as you control 3 or more creatures. Also says creatures you control also get +1/+0 and have trample as long as you control 6 or more creatures. And creatures you control also get +1/+0 and have double strike as long as you control 9 or more creatures. A lot of stipulation to get that going.
Go wide, baby.
It is definitely a go wide strategy with Jetmir. Yeah, so what do you think, Shane? What do you think of this card? We're not doing the whole legendary creature review, so we'll save all of our thoughts for EDH at a later
so
video.
we're just going through and just talking about standard, I guess, right? That we're talking about.
Well, just talk about the card a little bit.
Okay,
Not necessarily
well,
the helm of the deck, though.
It seems cool. It, like you said, has a million stipulations, but if there is a deck that cares about tokens, this would be a great addition because it just does so much for 4 mana. But if you're not going wide, then it just kind of seems like a 5/4 for 4.
Yeah. And David, I think I know what you're going to say. You're going to say this is a win more card, correct?
You read my mind. Yeah, the first ability on this I think is pretty easy to turn on, and for the most part you'll be able to have it, but I don't actually see the second or third modes getting turned on very quickly, or very frequently at all, for that matter.
Yeah.
I'll disagree.
Why, Steven? Go ahead.
Well, I was told to save my opinions for later.
Okay.
Oh, for
Little
EDH.
tease there. Okay. Little tease.
EDH
And
boy,
like I was saying in the beginning of the video, every family has its own little mechanic, and this mechanic is Alliance. So let's show a card that has Alliance. This is Devilish Valet. Devilish Valet is 2 and a red for a 1/3 creature Devil Warrior. It's got Trample and Haste with Alliance. It says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double Devilish Valet's power until end of turn. Doesn't say once per turn, so you can just keep doubling his power over and over the amount of creatures you put in.
I think this might be like kind of a signal postcard of what we might have to come, like this and the last one that we were just looking at. So we have the token aspect of things, and then I don't know, is red and white going to be like a flicker based thing? I don't know. I would love to see some new takes on Boros. I know that this is a 3-color set, but like you've got to be able to blend the colors somehow. So there's got to be some kind of overlap between 2 colors in here as well.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with you there. I think this card by itself is pretty powerful, and we'll see. I assume it'll see play.
I think it'll see play in a lot of formats. If I'm being honest with you, standard EDH. I think this will definitely be in a lot of decks,
Throw
including
some equipment on this guy. Just play
myself.
one other creature. Have a token generator. I think it'll get nutty quickly.
or just
Maybe
some counters
even
and shit, dude.
lizard blades.
Yeah.
Lizard blade.
I'm surprised it's not a 3/1. Well, I mean, I guess because you don't want to double the power too fast, but
Yeah,
I
this
don't
was
know.
a 3/1. I mean, I think it would be a little bit more expensive.
We've seen those kind of cards in the past, though, like the high power, low toughness, and typically they end up just like they go out there, do their thing one time, and then they get jump blocked and die.
Yeah, this is statted defensively though, kind of.
But I think this card actually goes into another card as well that's in another family that we'll probably get into a little later. But grow this really tough and maybe sacrifice it to deal damage to somebody. Maybe a specific card later.
You went foreshadowing today, dude. Jesus.
It's a foreshadower. All right. Next up is the leader of the Maestros crime family. This is Lord Xander, the Collector. He costs 4 a blue, black, red for a 6/6 legendary creature vampire demon noble. It says, when Lord Xander, the collector, enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half cards in their hand, rounded down. When Lord Xander attacks, defending player mills half their library, rounded down. When Lord Xander dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-land permanents they control, rounded down. Steven.
I want to hear what Steven has to say.
Oh, there's only one piece of text missing from this card. It's when Lord Xander gets countered, because that's all that's coming at this thing. For counters. I mean, dude, this card is fantastic. I know it's really expensive, but like the upside is just nuts to me. Because you have red, you can get haste and red. Just a straight up attack and mill half their library, which is I don't know, my favorite mechanic in the game. It entering the battlefield, somebody discards half their hand rounded down value in itself, especially if somebody has a lot of card draw, and then just the fact that nobody's gonna want to kill it. This card's nuts, dude.
You're gonna have to exile it or something, or just not let it play, like you said. Yeah.
David, what do you think of the Maestro's boss?
Well, it costs 7 mana.
That is
and
true.
I think that's all I've got to say.
It is expensive.
I know we're not talking about it yet, but say what you will, bro. This could easily be a commander that just fucking wrecks.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about EDH
I know.
implications at all at this point. I just like, if I'm playing draft or limited, I mean, this is going to go straight into the I'm not even going to consider pile because we're never going to get to that much mana.
And with that said, I agree with David.
Well, the Maestros.
Go
ahead,
No,
Steven.
No, you're fine. No.
I was going to move on.
Oh,
No, I'm saying I agree with David. This is going into a separate pile, and obviously for specific formats.
The Maestros also have their own mechanic. This is Casualty. On this card, it is called Cut of the Prophets. It's X and 2 black for a sorcery with Casualty 3. It says, as long as you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 3 or greater. When you do, copy this spell. What does the spell do? Well, you draw X cards and lose X life. What do we think?
Oh, I know I might catch slack for this in the comments, but I don't like this.
I'm with Steven actually on this one as well. I think that the casualty and then the number that goes along with it is a real big safety valve on these cards. I'm not the biggest fan here either.
hey, we get to do it twice, dude.
A black card draw.
I
You
get to lose my life
life
twice. Cool.
Yeah, dude. Fuck
Like
yeah,
I understand,
dude.
I get it. Life is a resource, but at the same time, sometimes it's a resource I don't want to pay.
True. That's true.
Look, the card as a whole, if you want to go and just draw cards, I think that's fine. I'm more so referring just like the casualty mechanic. I don't think the mechanic is for me.
I mean, in my opinion, I just think that there are cards that maybe might not draw you as many cards, but are better. You know, I mean, Deadly Dispute, make a treasure token and everything. Like, you get mana, you get to draw some cards, and you don't have to sacrifice a creature that might be 3 or greater. You can just sacrifice a shitty token or just a shitty creature.
True. And this is a sorcery speed as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a very good card.
Cool art. That's
definitely cool
about
art.
it. Good job, D'Amato.
Next up, we'll talk about the Obscura family. The leader of this is Raffine Scheming Seer. Raffine Scheming Seer is a white, a blue, and a black for a 1/4 legendary creature Sphinx Demon. It's got flying in Ward 1. It states, whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. What is connive? Well, you draw X cards, then discard X cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each non-land card discarded this way.
I want to like this. This seems really good.
Why?
I don't understand. Maybe I don't know if I don't know. Connive seems weird, but 3 mana for a 1/4 flying with ward. I like it.
Yeah.
I just don't know how good or bad that mechanic will be.
I think that this mechanic is, from what I've seen, I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb, and I'm going to say it's hands down the strongest mechanic in this set.
You
Why is
cycle
that?
and put a counter on something.
Your ability
what
to
are you
be able to
cycling?
filter is insane with this.
Yeah,
I
I agree with David.
disagree. I'll agree that the card is good and the mechanic is good. Do I think it's the best mechanic? No.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Have we already
Foreshadowing.
talked about the mechanic that you think is best?
We have.
What do you think is better?
I think the cruelty, if I'm being honest with you.
You mean casualty?
Casualty, I'm sorry.
To double the spell?
Yes, I guess to be fair, when I see cards, I think nothing but EDH, which is why I try and not say as much during these videos. But like I already have plans for decks that I really want to build, and I just think the casualty mechanic is going to be really cool in the EDH format.
Oh, well, that's a little spoiler because we're gonna talk about the Commander face cards that they announced today, and one of them has casualty.
So do you like this card then, David?
Oh, I think this card is fantastic. Out of all the leaders for the different guilds, I think this one is the best.
Obscura is definitely the best, dude. Let's go.
Obscura, let's go. Another Obscura card. This is the Ledger Shredder. Ledger Shredder is 1 and a blue for a 1/3 creature bird advisor. It's got flying. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder connives, which means, again, draw a card, then discard a card. If discarded card was a non-land, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
Oh wait, is Knives always when a player? Is that what the other one said too?
The other one was when it attacked it connives.
Oh, you're right. Oh, so they're different stipulations. Got it. Because that seems pretty good.
I think this
Any
card's
player.
great.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
Yeah.
I understand that the other card is cool, but I think this card's way better. I like
Yeah,
this
'cause-
mechanic a little bit more.
Yeah, this card is really good. Your opponent plays 2 spells. Well, I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on it, and I'm going to get rid of something I don't want.
Exactly.
If it's a non-land.
I feel like this is Blue's take at Esper Sentinel. I feel like this card's fantastic.
You mean
I
it's gonna
love
see
it.
play, dude?
Yeah, I think this card is really, really good.
Oh yeah, baby. 2
Oh,
mana,
yeah.
1/3 flyer, dude. That does something. Hell yeah.
David, are
Potentially
you
gets
going
bigger
to
if you-
are you going to advise people to play this card?
Bird Advisor, got it.
Oh, my God.
all for the puns.
Bird law, dude.
Next up, we have the leader of the Brokers family. That is Falco, Spara, Pactweaver. Falco, Spara, Pactweaver is 1, a green, a white, and a blue for a 3/3 legendary creature bird demon. It has flying, trample. It states when it enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. A shield counter is a counter that goes on, and if this is ever dealt damage or has an ability that says destroy, it removes the shield counter instead of actually taking that damage or getting destroyed. It also says you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may cast spells from the top of your library by removing a counter from a creature you control in addition to paying their other costs.
Just like
Alright.
a cooler reality chip.
Yeah, technically.
with a better body and less stipulations.
100%.
I
So if
mean,
the only counter you have is that shield counter. You can take that off. Is that what that's saying, right?
you can take off the shield counter if you wanted to, but you can also
Just-
take off
yeah.
1/1 counters or
Right.
any kind of counter.
I mean, I feel
Right.
like what we've seen from, especially the Kamigawa set, I feel like it's so easy to get counters on things.
Yeah, and putting a shield counter on it, technically that makes this modified.
Plus,
Ooh.
we're also looking at a little bit of white in this card. So a little bit of Blinky Blink.
Blinky blink, dude.
Blink. You just want to put shield counters and stuff?
Seems pretty
Yeah.
good.
Or on it?
Yeah.
And that was the only card from Brokers they showed that's rare.
Cool.
So, moving on to the Riveteers leader. This is Ziatora the Incinerator. Ziatora the Incinerator is 3, a black, a red, and a green for a 6/6 legendary creature demon dragon. It's got flying. It says at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, Ziatora the Incinerator deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target, and you create 3 treasure tokens. David, tell me why you love this.
Oh. I was supposed to tell you why I love it.
Yeah, go ahead. This got everything you love on this card.
I mean, it's a big dragon. It's Jund. It's a 6/6 with flying, and I don't really think it's all that great, to be completely honest with you. It's cool that it can sacrifice, but I feel like at this point, Jund has this ability already, so I don't think that this is adding anything for those colors. I don't really want to play this in standard, and to be honest with you, whenever we move into EDH, I don't think that this is at the helm. I think this card is okay.
Really? You don't like making
going
treasures?
to agree.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love making treasures. This is not the treasure commander, and definitely not the treasure commander in Jund.
But you fling creatures at people, dude, basically.
That's cool. That's
That's cool.
it's not doing it for me.
I mean, I get it. You know, there's a little bit of green in there, so ramp so you can get to a little bit faster. But at the end of the day, it's still 6 mana. That's a lot of mana just to fling one big creature. But this is what I was kind of foreshadowing a little bit with that card we previewed earlier, the Devilish Valet. I think that's kind of a cool little.
Yeah,
Just
you could
stack it.
swing with it and then throw it at it, dude. Get double damage.
Yep. And then I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, there's some black in there too. So maybe reanimate that bastard.
You're
True.
right. That color's there, dude.
Bring it back. Throw him again.
Well, the Riveteers also have their own mechanic. They have a mechanic called Blitz. So let's read this card. This is Jaxis the Troublemaker. Jaxis is 3 and a red for a 2/3 legendary creature human warrior. It has an ability where you can pay a red and tap it to discard a card. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. It gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. And it has a blitz cost of 1 and a red, meaning if you were to cast this spell for its blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Blitz. Pretty cool.
Seems pretty good.
So you're basically just like blitzing this in, activating the ability, creating a token copy, doing some damage, drawing a card.
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
So here's my question. So how, and I know we're saving Commander talk for later, but like how would this work with Commander? Is this kind of like you can, like with Eureka, where you can just always ninjutsu in from the command zone?
If it works like Dash, which that's what this strikes me as, then no, you're going to add on the extra 2.
Okay.
So does this mean that if you pay for the blitz and you get it in, and you make a copy of something, you'll be drawing 2 cards at the end of your turn because the copy will die, you draw a card, and this will die, you draw a card?
Bingo.
Seems to be pretty good.
I mean,
Not
yeah.
bad.
For 3 mana, you draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
And you only
I
got
mean, I
to
guess
discard 1.
not the best,
Well,
but
You said for 3 mana. You're also saying that you're activating this ability, which costs you a mana and requires you to tap it too.
well, that's what we're saying. 3 mana. The blitz is 2, and then the ability's 1.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. I was looking up at the overall mana value of the card. I'm wrong.
I don't think anyone's looking at the CMC of this one.
Yeah.
It does seem a little overpriced for what it does.
The fact that it says sorcery, activate only
Yeah.
as a sorcery, just kills my interest on this card.
Yeah.
I know that that's like a safety valve that they needed to put on this, but
Oh, it is 100% a safety valve. Could you imagine doing this on like an opponent's turn, trying to flash it in for something like? Ooh,
I would love that kind of fun. But
So those are our 5 families. Still, I think they're called factions, but
I think
families.
Dominic Toretto would be very upset with you right now.
They're
Your
family.
family.
Let's talk about the Planeswalkers they announced today. First up is Elspeth Resplendent. Elspeth Resplendent is 3 and 2 white for a starting loyalty of 5. It has a +1 ability that says choose up to 1 target creature. Put a +1/+1 counter and a counter from among flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance on it. It has a -3 ability that says look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with a mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And a -7, which is apparently the ultimate here, create 5 3/3 white angel creature tokens with flying. I don't know
Or
about you, but I'm never going to
ultimate.
ultimate this card.
Yeah, awful.
Just awful.
Wait. Oh, what?
Just awful, Dave.
You're right. 15
No,
power
no,
with flying
no.
is horrible.
Card is
I
good.
would-
I like
I,
the
I
card.
like the first. That +1 seems super good.
Yeah, the +1 is the only thing I'm looking at here.
I actually do think that the -3 on this card is also fantastic. You're not going to whiff by looking at the top 7.
Hopefully.
Hey, you don't know my decks.
All right.
That's
If
a
you
bold
build it
statement
correctly,
there, friend.
I mean, you also get to have the show cutter, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know.
it also
5
says
mana though,
permanent.
dude.
5 mana is not bad.
5 mana is not bad.
Yeah.
5 mana is not bad.
Okay, now it's not
I
bad,
could,
Dave.
I could see this
I'm
going
gonna
a
wait. I'm
long
gonna
way.
wait for another 5 mana to come across David's tail and be like, "Fuck 5 mana! Oh my god!"
I mean, look, five is not ridiculous. The 7 mana that we talked about earlier, yeah, that's getting to the point where that's too much for me.
I mean, 5 mana for at least 2 turns to constantly put a +1/+1 counter on any creature, and then you can
Yeah.
give them flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance permanently.
Yeah, I mean, so it only protects itself if you minus it, right?
It protects
like-
itself on the plus, dude. It just buffed the blocker.
Yeah, but what if you don't have a blocker?
Then you wouldn't
You
play
had-
this.
And why would you
Yes.
play this?
Or you play
Eh.
it and you -3 it immediately to get that blocker.
So I'm saying you have to minus it. Yeah, I want something to be able to protect itself.
It does.
I know, but it's whatever.
It's free real estate.
All right, let's move on to the big daddy. This is Nixilis, the Adversary. Nixilis is back. Nixilis, the Adversary, is 1, a black and a red for a starting loyalty of 3. It has Casualty X. The copy isn't legendary and has a starting loyalty of X. Remember Casualty? Well, as you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power X. When you do, copy this spell. The copy becomes a token. It's got a +1 ability that says each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. It's got a -2 ability that says create a 1/1 red devil creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. And a -7, which is its ultimate. Target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. 3 mana, 2 planeswalkers. Sounds good.
Seems fucking good, right, Dave?
It doesn't seem good.
I don't think I'm actually sold on this one either.
No
This
way.
card's gonna see play 100%.
The first ability on this is meh. The second ability on this is forgettable. And the third ability on this is going to be really hard to get to. I mean, drawing 7 cards is dope. So it's powerful. I don't think this thing's going to live for very long.
It's okay. There's 2 of them.
I don't think they're going to live for very long.
You can mark my words, bro. This is gonna see play in standard 100%.
Yeah, man. You're threatening 4 life every turn if they don't discard a card.
Nuts. If you happen to have a demon out, dude, you're gaining it back. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't like the fact that you're giving them a choice. I also think that this kind of is a little bit of a trap. I know that this thing costs only 3. The casualty trigger, which is what you're really going to want to go for on this, means you do need to already have a creature in play.
That is correct.
Yes.
Right. So just turn 1 or turn 2?
And then what does it do? It doesn't protect itself unless you want to -2 it to make the devil.
Well, David, we'll have a.
You just got done
demon
arguing
and,
with me about how Elspeth wasn't protecting
I'm
herself.
playing. Yeah, but this also costs 3 now.
I think
2
this card is amazing.
I agree with David on the argument against you, Shane. I'm just what I will say is I think this card is great. I just think the fact that I think this will be better in standard than it will be in EDH.
Oh,
I
yeah,
still
Oh,
think
100%.
Yeah,
All right,
I think
right,
I'll still
yeah.
see some play in EDH, but I think just like Hunter said, being able to threaten 4 life every turn.
I mean, I guess you can run this in EDH. It's each opponent, so it's
Yeah,
everybody.
it's each opponent, but I mean, like your starting life is basically like, okay,
That's
cool.
true.
This is just a cheaper Mogus God of the Slaughter. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow, big words.
I know.
What?
I studied.
Just give you all a heads up. I am gonna have to take off from here, so love you lots. Also, to leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, the next card you're going to discuss is hands down the most powerful one that we've seen today, and I think in probably 95% of situations, it wins the game on its +2. Later, guys.
Wow. Bye,
I don't know,
David.
It's 6 mana. Be careful.
I can't wait to talk shit, dude.
All right. Well, with that, David, thank you very much. This is Vivien on the Hunt. Vivien on the Hunt is a planeswalker for 4 and 2 green for a starting loyalty of 4. It's got a +2 that says you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. It has a +1 that says mill 5 cards, then put any number of creature cards milled this way into your hand, and just a -1 that says create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. It is a very powerful planeswalker.
Help me.
Help you?
Help you try and like argue?
What? There's
David
that
on this?
doesn't win. Like I don't understand how that wins at all.
Well, I think David, because you're always going to increase your creature every turn, right? With that +2.
Okay.
There's got to be a creature that is like you're stupid powerful. He's talking from an EDH standpoint, as I assume.
No, we're not. Yeah. So fuck him. Fuck you.
Okay. I will vouch for David here.
Okay.
It's 6 mana. We're also looking at green. Green, big, dumb, stupid creatures. If you're already playing this for 6 mana, I'm assuming you have ramped pretty hard, or you already have a lot of stuff on the board. So I think this is going to be really good. I also think this will see a lot of play in standard as well. I think this card is really good. Will it win you the game? Maybe. That's the only thing I'm kind of like iffy with on him. But
Well,
I
it
mean,
just seemed like a win more card then.
yeah. But I mean, like,
David hates win more
you put
cards.
this down. You put this down. It's got 4 loyalty. You -1. You already have a 4/4 blocker. And then you +2. You sacrifice it. You get to search for something that has a CMC of 5, which you can afford already
wait.
because
Which one?
-1. Create a 4/4 green Rhino, right?
Yeah.
Oh, creature's mana value.
Mana, dude. That's
Mana.
0.
You just get something with 1.
Yeah, it's just shitty. No, I'm just kidding. This is good.
It's not shitty. No, it's not shitty. I'm just saying, like, hey, I will say that protection way better than everything we've seen. Great protection.
-1 for a 4/4. But you are
Yeah.
having to play this for 6 mana.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I wish David was here to talk about how you win the game, but
I don't know.
you know what
think
this is
any
gonna
green
this
ramps
is
so
gonna
hard.
go straight into mono green stompy.
100%. 100%, dude. I would love to see this in Gruul.
I won't
All right,
argue
let's
that.
move.
This is a
Let's
good
move
card.
on. All right, it is a good card. I love this card.
Yeah.
Moving on, Phyrexian Praetor time. This is Urabrask, Heretic Praetor. Urabrask is 3/2 red for a 4/4 legendary creature. Phyrexian Praetor. It's got haste. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. And at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn. This seems good.
Sure.
Think about Dranith Magistrate for a second, right? We're talking standard. Dranith Magistrate says you opponents cannot cast spells from outside of their hand. This just doesn't let them play any more cards they draw.
They're not drawing,
unless
right?
unless they had a draw mechanic. Yeah, they're not drawing. They're just exiling the top card instead.
Okay. I mean, I understand.
And if they didn't have a kill spell in their hand already, then game over.
That sucks.
And that's a lock, baby. I don't know. I think this is a pretty cool card.
Would David like this card?
Absolutely.
No.
Why not?
No, he wouldn't. Because it's not as powerful as he wanted it to be. Because if
I mean-
you do have a draw mechanic, they can still draw. It's just the first time they draw. So it's their
Right.
draw step.
But it costs 5, dude. He likes 5 mana cost.
It's not as good as Goldspan Dragon.
That is true.
I mean,
That's
I
his-
will say that the lock is pretty cool.
Yeah, the Drannith Magistrate in this, pretty mean.
I mean, I think this and like a black-red, where you're able to make somebody discard their cards,
True.
get rid of their answers, and then play this. Kind of nice.
Kind of nice, man. Yeah.
Let's move on to the Drug Fountain. This is Halo Fountain. Halo Fountain is 2 and a white for an artifact. It has an ability where you can pay a white and tap it to untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. It has another ability where you can pay 2 white and tap it to untap 2 tapped creatures you control to draw a card. And the last ability, pay 5 white mana, tap it, untap 15 tapped creatures you control. You win the game.
This card screams destroy target artifact.
This card screams fucking you're on drugs playing this card.
Yeah, dude, because it's Halo, dude. Halo's the drug of choice in the streets of New Capenna.
Does that mean
they
you
didn't
like
make
be
it seem
attacking with
that
these
bad,
things though, right?
You attack with your creatures, and then you untap your creatures and draw a card. Seems pretty good.
Right. I'm saying like
I'm sorry,
that's
for 2
that
mana, I
bottom's
can
like-
basically give 2 cards basically vigilance, and I get to draw a card.
true. Bottom one's a meme though, yeah.
But I mean, if you have 15 creatures, I think you're
That's
already won.
what I'm saying. Like they're already tapped, so that means you already attacked.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I guess they're assuming you're just making a shit ton of tokens.
Yeah.
Still, you have to have
they
them
have to
tapped
be
first.
tapped. Yeah.
I mean,
It seems like a meme.
anointed procession.
I guess.
Come on, dude. You know how easy it is to make fucking tokens.
Let's call it a meme,
Yeah.
dude.
It's a meme. The
It's a
bottom
meme
part's a
that'll
meme.
win you the fucking game.
It's a fun meme, dude. I get it.
We got a returning mechanic. This is Hideaway. The mechanic Hideaway is returning. On this card, it's called Wiretapping. Wiretapping is 4 and a blue for an enchantment with Hideaway 5, meaning when this enchantment enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Exile one of them face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order.
Huh.
Should I say library?
Wait, what?
It says then put the rest on the bottom in a random order.
Yes, I'm assuming that it meant to say in the bottom of your library. I don't think you were going to put these cards in the graveyard.
Yeah. Anyways, it says whenever you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. Then, if you have 9 or more cards in your hand, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
Sweet,
great.
dude.
I mean,
What do you think, Shane?
I don't like it.
you're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot, Steven. Are you playing this in
you're-
standard? Taking extra turns or something, I guess? I don't fucking know what you're doing.
You can play this in EDH.
We're not talking about EDH though, bitch.
You can talk about EDH
we're
with
talking
this.
about
We're not
everything.
talking about legendaries, dog.
Oh.
Yeah, so
it's kind of cool then.
I built with a little help from David a Goshintai deck that is just straight enchantments. There's no artifacts, sorceries, or instants in it, and
Uh-huh.
this card would be awesome in it because I have so much card draw in that deck that having 9 cards in hand is easy for me.
I think for 5 mana, putting an enchantment down that lets you draw 2 cards every time you draw, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. Plus, you can
Beginning
like
of
you
your
said,
turn.
I mean, you draw 2 cards, and you're also. I think the hideaway is the coolest part about it, because once you get to the 9 cards in your hand, boom, you're automatically going to play that card that you found.
True.
It's like David said, if you're
Oh.
looking at the top 7, you're not going to whiff. So I mean, top 5, not that bad either.
I think I spaced out when you were reading this. So it's saying that when you draw, you just get to draw another card.
Yes.
When you draw,
Why-
you draw 2.
Yeah, why does it have to say it like that? Why can't it just say draw a card?
It's whenever you draw your first card during your draw step, you draw a card.
Got it.
So you're drawing. Then
This
you
is
have 9 or
basically
more
trying to
cards in your
play
hand, you can play
with,
the
you know-
exile card for free.
Yeah, it's
So is
basically
it
just
just
saying
a
if it's not your draw step, then you're not drawing the extra card.
got it? Is it just like a one and done though? So like with the hideaway, I mean.
Yep.
Yes.
So this card, after you play it, it draws you another card, and that's it.
Yep.
Got it.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I think
yeah, you
that
better have a fucking good card under there, Steven.
I mean, what happens with the card that's under it if you like blink this?
Gone.
It goes
Gone?
away.
It's just exiled.
Okay, so you don't flicker it
So,
immediately.
so you don't
but I
do
mean,
that. Yeah, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, but I mean, I think once you get to the 9, and obviously if you're playing this, you've got to be close to having a decent card draw with being able to keep 9 cards in your hand.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about the card a lot, and I think we can continue to talk about it later. I think we move on and we talk about this later.
Cool shit, dude. We like it.
Yes.
Next up, we have Gala Greeters. Gala Greeters, or Gala, or Gala. Gala Greeters?
Gala
I don't
Greeters,
know.
dude.
However you want to say it. I say
Gala.
We're at
Gala.
the gala.
We're at the Gala. This is the Gala Greeters. It's 1 and a green for a 1/1 creature elf druid. It has Alliance, stating whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You can put a +1/+1 counter on Gala Greeters. You can create a tapped treasure token. Or you can gain 2 life. How dumb of creating a tapped treasure token.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like they just had to add that stipulation? Like what the okay.
I mean, I feel like they added that for a specific reason. I feel like if they didn't, there are ways to break this. I feel like 100%.
With 1 treasure?
Constantly bringing
No,
this in and bringing some other stuff in. I think there's a way to just ruin this.
I don't
You have to
think
choose
so.
one that hasn't been chosen though.
Bingo. You can only do it 1 time.
So I think what that's saying is after your 3 creatures come in, this doesn't do anything else.
Right. I don't know. I feel like you're paying mana for a creature you can't just get 1 extra mana.
Maybe.
That doesn't
Also-
make any sense to me.
Is this the treatment? Remember they brought up on the stream each region is gonna have their own like treatment? Is
You
this
are
the NA
correct.
treatment? Yeah.
Every single region is getting their own alternate art.
It's kinda cool.
It is pretty cool. They've already announced like most of them.
So we get like what this like dingy green shit.
This is just the basic one. This is what everybody gets. That's not
Green
alternate art.
shit.
I mean, it reminds me of like the
I
Statue
do
of
believe they
Liberty or
said this
something.
was the box topper, right?
This is not the box topper. The box topper was the Jaxis.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I just realized too. This is kind of a sketchy art, dude. Like, what's he doing with his hand right there?
He's greeting them.
He's
Is he?
waving.
It's at a weird angle. I'm kind of not sure if I like it.
His elbow's bent, dude. Okay.
Okay, it better be bent because if not, this looks very iffy.
I mean, listen, dude. It's stop motion. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, let's move on to some vehicles. They added some new vehicles. First up, Mysterious Limousine. Mysterious Limousine is 3 and 2 white for a 4/4 artifact vehicle. States whenever Mysterious Limousine enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until Mysterious Limousine leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exiled with Mysterious Limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's got a crew cost of 2. So it's kind of like a portable hull,
Yeah.
but
Easier to get rid of.
you can also, Steven, blink your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's your favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah. I do think it's a little aggressive for 5 mana, but to do it for your own creatures. But
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure Teleportation Circle is still, in my opinion, the best. But
I'd agree. I don't know. This is interesting. It's just.
I mean, crew
fun.
2 for a 4/4, and you can get rid of a blocker. I mean, sure.
I think it's a bummer that once you enter, and if you are trying to take something from your opponent, that's really good. You're never going to attack with this because you're going to have to give it up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very good at all.
Seems like it's On the bad side.
Speaking of another card that's not very good, I don't like this one. This is Getaway Car. Getaway Car is 3 generic mana for a 4/3 artifact vehicle. It's got haste. It says, whenever Getaway Car attacks or blocks, return up to 1 target creature that crewed it this turn to the owner's hand. Crew cost of 1.
Why don't you like it?
Because you're bouncing your stuff every time it wants to attack or block.
Well, yeah, they gotta get away, bro. It's on flavor.
I don't know why you don't like this. I think this is really good.
I hate the art. How about that?
I guess you can. You can continue to crew with every single creature to get all your creatures away.
I mean,
Wait, what if the creature? Sorry.
ETB effects?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I was say, what if your creature has a nuts fucking ETB?
No, it's only up to 1, isn't it?
Well,
I
yeah,
guess.
I mean, you're like crewing with 1.
I guess.
I mean, I think this card's a lot better than you're giving it credit for. The only thing I don't really like about it is you do have to technically attack or block with it. It's not like the Limousine where it's an ETB kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I think this card's got some sick mechanics that I kind of want to play with.
Well, that is it for the spoilers of the original set of Streets of New Campania. They did, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, we are talking about the face commanders from all of the decks they announced today. There are 5 of them, so let's just go through them real quick. First one is Anhelo the Painter. Anhelo the Painter is a blue, black, and red for a 1/3 legendary creature vampire assassin. It's got Death Touch. It says the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn has casualty 2. If you guys don't remember, it says as you cast that spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. When you do, copy the spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. Seems pretty
tough.
nuts, man.
It does seem pretty nuts. Are we talking about EDH now?
Yeah, we can talk about EDH. These are just.
I mean, I feel like these are the commander decks, right?
Oh.
Yep.
So I feel like EDH is open. Let's go.
I mean, this video is going to be another 30 minutes if we do that.
That's a
No, we just talk about it real quick.
I mean,
obviously we don't know the whole deck lists yet, but just as a face commander, what do we think about this card?
I
think it's great. I think this, if I was going to play a 3-color deck, this would probably be the one I pick, hands down.
Well, it wouldn't be the one I pick, but it's definitely, I'll give it to you. It's a strong one.
I think it's nuts. Copying any spell.
Nuts. Hell yeah, dude. You're sacrificing, but I guess it's only 2 or greater, so it's not that bad.
Guess I'm taking the next 2 turns in a row.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's literally what this card's meant for.
Oh, he's painting with your blood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, I think if you're going to upgrade this deck, it's going to be really expensive.
But, I mean, every time it's the tricolor, it's always expensive, man.
What if, Hunter, check this out. What if you took your opponent's turn for them and you played Worst Fears?
Yeah, dude, what if?
What if?
I mean, technically 8 mana, but you control target player's turn. It's a sorcery. Casualty 2. Easy.
I like this. Well, I'm just going to say right now, this is one of the more powerful ones we're going to see.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is Kamiz Obscura Oculus. Kamiz Obscura Oculus is 1 a white, blue, black for a 2/4 legendary creature, Cephalid Rogue. Interesting. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. It connives. Then choose another attacking creature with lesser power. That creature gains double strike until end of turn. 2, have a creature connive, draw a card, then discard a card. If you would discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Also seems pretty nuts.
Seems like I have to keep track of a lot of shit. Like, all right,
Yeah,
this one can't block. This one's getting double strike. This.
Seems easy enough. You just said it.
Shut up, dude. It's hard.
Steven no have big brain. Steven no play this card.
Yeah, Steven not smart.
Dude, having a creature not be able to be blocked is huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's also got, I mean, it's in the ninjutsu colors too, which is nice. Coming out of Kamigawa.
Oh, you know what it says?
Snap. Tying
And it
it in.
does say whenever you attack. So, like, this guy could just sit back, right? You don't have to attack with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually a lot nicer.
Yep. Yeah, so give something unblockable, and
And
then
something
another
else.
thing can get a +1/+1 counter in double strike.
Yeah, okay.
Something
No, I like it.
unblockable. What about like a Blightsteel Colossus?
Dude, what if, bro?
Dude, you win the game. Pretty cool.
And
Blightsteel is a very real thing.
nice.
All right, the next one is Perrie, the Pulverizer. It's a cute little name, isn't it? Perrie the Pulverizer is 1 a green, white, and blue for a 3/3 legendary creature, Rhino Soldier. When Perrie enters the battlefield, put a shield counter on target creature. Whenever Perrie attacks, target creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of different kinds of counters among permanents you control.
Huh.
How many types of counters do you want in this deck?
Well, Perrie the Pulverizer. Glad you asked.
Perrie the Pulverizer, baby.
I don't know. This seems fine. Seems like a fun mechanic or fun little thing to be doing.
He gives a shield to someone. It's nice.
Yeah. That's the one so far.
And then a +1/+1 counter somewhere.
True. And then
That's
maybe
2.
maybe you're throwing out other who fucking knows, dude? Limitless options, dude.
Limitless.
I think this card screams least favorite.
That's
So
mean.
far, it is the least favorite of the 3 we've talked about. I couldn't agree more.
This seems like a hunter kind of deck, though.
Eh,
It's a Rhino.
We'll see.
I doubt that.
We'll see. Next up, we have Henzie Toolbox Torre. Henzie Toolbox Torre is a black, a red, and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Devil Rogue. It says each creature spell you cast with mana value 4 or greater has Blitz. The Blitz cost is equal to its mana cost, meaning you may choose to cast the spell for its Blitz cost. If you do, it gains haste, and when the creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Also says Blitz cost you pay costs 1 less for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game.
This
I don't
seems
know if I
pretty
like
good.
that.
Really? This seems pretty good. Start at 3. Like, you can cast this thing 4 times, dude.
Yeah, but I'm bummed at the Blitz cost. I don't
Just
know.
the creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
This
you've
is the
cast your
kind of
commander
deck.
multiple times.
Exactly. And that's the stipulation I feel like this deck is trying to go for. It wants you to have to recast your commanders. But at the end of the
it's also-
day,
yeah.
then you're just ramping hard as fuck. Which I mean technically you should be doing in Commander, but I don't know.
I feel like it's parallel to the ninjutsu deck, right? Where like all the creatures have ninjutsu, but it's their mana value cost similar. At least this one gets cheaper now.
True. I agree.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. And finally, we have Kit Kanto Mayhem Diva. Kit Kanto Mayhem Diva is 1 a red, a green, and a white. My favorite color combination. For a 3/3 legendary creature, Cat Bard Druid. It says when Kit Kanto enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Also says at the beginning of combat, on each player's turn, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. When you do, target creature that player controls gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Goad that creature.
A lot of text.
It is a lot of text. Don't know if I love it.
Yeah.
What's not to love, man? You're looking at a Tabaxi that's a bard that multi-classed into Druid.
What the fuck did you just say?
Sorry, little D&D talk. Some people
Okay.
get it.
Well, then I went over my head. I'm sorry.
Tabaxi is a race of cats. A bard is a class. Druid is another class you can multi-class into.
Interesting. Nerd.
As we talk about magic.
I'm kidding. I love it. But is
If
this
you
card
have
good
enough
too?
creatures, you can definitely do damage to your opponents from your opponent. Just by
You could do-
never.
You know,
What are you saying?
Because You're
Mhm.
goading their creatures, right? You're
Oh,
giving
got it,
that
got it.
creature +2/+2 and trample to end a turn and goading it. If
So it
you have
can't
enough
attack you,
creatures to
though, right?
tap down. Right. Goading means it attacks, has to attack, and it can't attack you.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
I mean,
That'd
I
be
think this
fun.
card's pretty good. I think Goad is such a powerful mechanic.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my
Very
goat
cool.
off here. Let's go. Hunter will
You're
build it.
basically giving a card
Hey, man.
+2/+2 against trample, and you're like, hey, listen, go smack that guy over there.
Yeah, Shane, you're absolutely right. Speaking of building, we are going to be doing the $100 and $300 upgrades for all 5 of these face commanders when they have their deck lists revealed.
Jesus.
It's going to be a lot of work, but we're going to get it done.
Hey, question.
But yeah, that's today's spoilers.
Wait, I got a question.
What's your question?
The decks right here that we're looking at, these commander ones, are they going to come with this treatment, like this gold treatment?
This is supposed to be like foily.
Oh, I thought this was like, remember they announced like, oh, we're doing some gold shit.
Yeah, they did do but these are just foils.
Got it. Okay, never mind.
But that is it for today's spoilers. Do you guys have a favorite card spoiled today?
Good question.
Favorite card spoiled today? I'd probably say it's definitely Lord Xander.
Lord Xander, it's a good one.
That expensive motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
All
going
day.
Op Nixilis, baby.
Yo, see, I was going to say that too, man. But
Well, you can't both have the same one.
you're
so.
right. That's why I'm fucking changing, Steven. I'm going to do the, what's this dude right here, dude? Raffine, dude?
Dude, Raffine?
Raffine, dude?
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Pretty
say
good
his
one.
name.
Scheming Seer.
Obscura, dude. Number 1. Let's go,
I think
baby.
you want that card just because it plays into like your spirit's colors.
It's his favorite color combination.
All right, and then I'll pick for David. For David, I'm going to go ahead and choose the Getaway Car.
Yes.
He loves that card.
No. He loves Halo Fountain.
Halo Fountain. That's
100%.
it. Well, that is it for today's spoilers. We will be back tomorrow for tomorrow's spoilers as well, and throughout the entire week, every single day, telling you the daily spoilers and what we think of it. These are only the rares and mythics. If you guys want to follow along with every single spoiler, we go and post them to our Instagram every day as they're spoiled. So go follow us there at Guys at Magic. Also follow us on Twitter if you haven't already. That's at Guys at Magic. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. Comment down below if you have any thoughts on these cards. Until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Later, nerds. Beat
What
you too
the?
much, Shane.
Oh, dude, I'm over it. I can't do this anymore.